Welcome into Strength Flow Fitness. I'm Kellen Mylad, aka Coach Kells, and this is an intermediate level floor flow practice. Now, first off, this is a shortened version of the workout for YouTube, so you're going to be on your own for your warm up and cool down. The full length version of these guided sessions are available for premium subscribers. The links are in the description. So in this workout, we're going to be going through 8 different movement patterns, 35-second intervals, followed by 70 seconds of active recovery for 3 total rounds. Now, I've included rope flow as the active recovery movement today, but you can substitute any form of light movement you want, like jumping jacks or jogging in place. Before we get into things, you can take a few minutes to check in with your body while I give you an overview look at the movements that we're working with today. Again, this is an intermediate level practice, so these movements are going to have a little bit more intensity and complexity to them. For our first pattern, we've got tuck-ups and long rolls. Start off in a hollow body supine position, sit up to a tuck, then recline back to hollow. Roll over 1.5 times to stall on your side, then roll back to center, tuck up, recline, and roll to the other side. Vary the pattern as you see fit, just make sure to focus on core control. For our second pattern, we've got kick throughs and squat hops. Transition to a foot hand crawl, kick through to the right, kick through to the left, then hop both feet forward to a deep squat, then jump up. Jump your legs back and repeat the pattern. Hop up to standing, and for our next pattern, we've got alternating cross back squats. Step one leg behind and across the other. Lower down into a squat so that your back knee is on the outer side of your front calf. Sink down into a range of motion that works for you. Rise and switch. For our fourth pattern, we've got rolling get-ups and sprawls. Rock up into a deep squat or to half kneeling. Stand up, then immediately drop down and sprawl back to prone. Pop up and repeat. For our fifth pattern, we've got side sit switches. Lower down to the floor in a side sit position and switch from hip to hip. Make this movement dynamic or add an extra challenge by keeping your hands up. For pattern 6, we're blending inverted lifts and diagonal reaches. From an inverted crawl, lift and lower your hips 3 to 5 times. Then perform alternating diagonal reaches, extending a leg upwards and reaching to touch your foot with your opposite hand. For our 7th pattern, we've got alternating tripod get-ups. From supine, roll laterally and press up to a posted arm. Lift your hips and stand up into a wide stance. Then hinge forward, plant your other hand. Same side leg sits through as you lie back to supine. And then for our 8th pattern, we'll stand up and perform lateral swing jumps. Stand on one leg in an athletic stance. Lean, swing your arms, and jump laterally. Receive the ground softly and stabilize for a moment before the next jump. And from there, we go into our active recovery period for 2 cycles or 70 seconds. Grab your rope and start your flow. Any basic midline crossing patterns, figure eights, matadors, or sneaks work really well. You might split the time between overhand and underhand patterns. Again, you can absolutely substitute any light movement here, jumping jacks, jogging in place, jump rope, whatever works for you. All right, so that's the overview. Don't worry, you won't have to remember all of that. I'm going to call out the switches as we go, and there's going to be a countdown timer in the upper left corner of the screen. Get ready for round 1. We're leading off with those tuck-ups and long rolls. Get set. Let's go. Kick throughs and squat hops. Pop up the standing into cross back squats. Onto rolling get-ups and sprawls. Down to the floor for side sit switches. Inverted crawl position, hip lifts and diagonal reaches. Then tripod get-ups. Up to standing for lateral swing jumps. Now 70 seconds of active recovery. Keep going for another 35 seconds. Here we go. Start of round 2. Back to tuck-ups and long rolls. Onto kick throughs and squat hops. Up to standing and into cross back squats. Right into rolling get-ups and sprawls. Get down to the floor and into side sit switches. Onto inverted crawl hip lifts and diagonal reaches. Onto alternating tripod get-ups. Up to standing for lateral swing jumps. Onto our 70 seconds of active recovery. Keep going for another 35 seconds. Okay, third and final round. Make your way back to the ground for tuck ups and long rolls. Onto kick throughs and squat hops. Up to standing for cross back squats. Flow into rolling get ups and sprawls. Transition to side sit hip switches. Next, we're going to flow into alternating tripod get ups. I made a little mistake here. We're just going to roll with it. All right, now let's go back to our inverted crawl hip lifts and diagonal reaches. Hop up to standing for lateral swing jumps. All right, now take 70 seconds for active recovery. All right, that's time and our workout is complete. Great job. Now, before you go, if you enjoyed this session, please hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description for more ways to move with me. Come back again soon. We'll do it again. I'll see you in the next practice.